It's spooky time. What it do, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be bringing you guys another video in my must-have must-gag series. This is my series I created inspired by Samantha March's Will I Buy It series. I always have her series and the community playlist linked down below, as well as all of the Instagram pages I follow to get all of this makeup knowledge. And lastly, but certainly not least, I always have all of the items listed and linked down below. Those links typically are affiliated links. If you shop through them, I very much appreciate it. Otherwise, no big deal at all. I just am happy that you're here to talk makeup with me. And there is so much new holiday makeup, Halloween inspired, Christmas inspired, everything. And I really want to get talking to it because I feel like so much has happened since last Monday. And I'm actually filming this on Tuesday because the week has just already been crazy for me personally. So let's just dive on in. There is nothing of note that I have physically received of the new makeup that I have picked up. Stuff is still just on the way, which is a tinge bit frustrating. I'm really excited to get my hands on this stuff, but it is okay nonetheless. And I genuinely cannot wait until I'm able to get my hands on it. But let's talk about some of these new launches. Like I said, so many big things. One thing that I accidentally missed last week is the fact that NARS has a limited edition set out for their liquid blushes in this Afterglow formulation. Personally, I didn't hear a lot of good things for this particular formulation. I think that's because very few people that I actually follow have a tendency to wear either no foundation or very light coverage foundation. So I would keep that in mind. And if you are interested in this formula, I would really tell you to gravitate towards people who are reviewing that tend to have more of a lighter base routine, because this coverage of this blush is very light. It's a very subtle blush, but they have this pack, and on this list on this posting, it doesn't say how much it is, but I'm sure it's already available. A lot of things have become available at Sephora lately, and I will have it linked down below. Something that Kimchi Beauty has showcased are these monochromatic 9-pan palettes from the brand. They're $15.99 each. There are 4 different colorways: ruby, emerald, sapphire, and diamond. I think, like a lot of people, I very much appreciate the fact that the brand has come out with this monochromatic style. It does remind me of some palettes that we've already seen on the market previously, and so for that reason I'm gonna pass. I also have yet to try Kimchi other than their freckle pen, which I actually really do enjoy. I just haven't bought a lot from the brand. So another holiday release that we've seen, this typically comes out every year. It's just in a different type of packaging, and this is in like a duffel bag this year. This is the Drunk Elephant kind of trunk. Like I said, this comes out every year. They've been doing it now for 7 years, and they have full sizes of quite a few of their popular items, 10 full sizes to be exact. I've never picked this up. Honestly, it's just way too expensive. The price of this product is generally somewhere around $300, and that's just too much for me on skincare. I will say that at the beginning, when I had a lot of what I felt was acne, hyperpigmentation, and just texture overall on my skin, I did religiously purchase Drunk Elephant, and I will always credit Drunk Elephant for really helping me to kind of get my skin to a general homeostasis that it is right now. Now, I have definitely improved my skin with different skincare that is definitely a lot more affordable, and I'm not going to sit here and say that you have to use Drunk Elephant priced products to get you where I am currently. I will just say that that's what I personally did. I really just wanted to get good, genuine products that would just clear up my skin. And I was pretty loyal to Drunk Elephant for, I would say, about a solid 1.5 years, if not 2 years. So not saying the products aren't worth it. I'm just saying at this point, I truly just don't need that type of products. And I just have a really nice kind of less textured, less hyperpigmentation, and just overall a better base that I just truly don't personally think I need it. Something that I think is beautiful, absolutely stunning, and had I kind of done this video closer to when this literally became available, I kid you not, you would have seen a drastically different reaction, because when I saw this drop, I said, basically, I'm gonna get it, all of it. I was so excited. My hat, I'm not used to wearing her yet, so she's fallen. Anyways, I was so excited for the whole collection. Let's talk about, this is the Charlotte Tilbury new collection. There's only 2 products that are actually new, and that is the 9-pan eyeshadow palette and then the 2 duos. Both duos have a blush and a highlighter. The lighter one, or the more kind of bubblegum pink, is for lighter to medium skin tones, and then the more neutral type peachy-ish blush, that one's for medium to or tan to deep skin tones. That was obviously the blush duo that I was going to pick up, and I was so excited. I had already seen it like swatched and also applied to deeper skin tones, and I knew it would work beautifully. And don't get me wrong, I know that this will look beautiful and it will do great on my skin, but I don't need it. I don't genuinely need it. It's not like something that like is going to be a make or break in my holiday collection. Now, don't get me wrong, if we get to, you know, get to like November, December, and the brand has like a 30% off sale and this product happens to be available and I can get it on that sale, of course I'm gonna pick it up. But right now, my main goal is to really just pick up the products that I cannot live without, and then later on, if I have some extra money and if I really feel like picking the products up still, then I will. I've heard nothing but great things about the blush duos. They've been apparently very pigmented. They're not as hardly pressed as her boob blushes, if you know what I mean. And the highlighters, from what I've seen, actually tend to emphasize a tinge bit more texture than her kind of more traditional formula from the huge pan. That pan apparently did not emphasize a lot of texture, whereas apparently this pan does. So definitely, I would say definitely go to your YouTubers that have similar texture and skin tones to you to figure out which duo works best, and then also if it's going to be something that you like. As for the 9-pan, I've heard quite a variety of different impressions. Some people absolutely loving the new formula, some people actually hating it. Overall, once again, I was able to really step back, because although for me it's a basic Betty palette, and that's something that I'm really enjoying lately. I really do like my neutrals. I like basic colors, all of that. I'm actually wearing kind of a neutral Betty fall look, which I did not mention. I did not record this look, but I will have all of the items that I'm using down below. The reason I didn't record it is because the palette that I use is actually no longer available, unfortunately. But let's keep going. This 9-pan looks really pretty, but when I saw people actually apply it on their skin, the like more colorful shades really didn't show up true to color. And I also saw some people having difficulty actually applying the shimmer shades on their lid and not enjoying the texture of the mattes. I just, you know, it would be my first Charlotte Tilbury, and I don't want my first Charlotte Tilbury to be something that people who have traditionally enjoyed the brand's formulations aren't all in cohesive like agreement that it's a good formulation. So that's why I chose not to get that 9-pan. Something that I am slightly considering is actually one of the sets. I'm not going to talk about all the sets. She has so many sets, but there is a set with the Exaggerize quad and a duo for her liner. I'm very interested in that. I will be talking about something that I already did pick up. I just need to physically pick it up. I did a pickup in store, buy online, pickup in store order, but this is a similar color scheme to that, and I don't know, I just feel like this is the color scheme I'm really into right now. The only thing that's really stopping me about the Exaggerize is that there's only one matte. If you guys know me, I love to build my crease up with multiple mattes, so we'll see if I pick that up. But overall, I was truly able to skip this collection at a point when the beginning I really didn't think I was going to be able to skip anything of this collection, and I'm really just going to admire from afar, at least for right now. Like I said, if it goes on sale and I'm able to scoop it up, then of course, but I think I'm going to be able to kind of gird my loins until then. Goop Beauty, which I believe is a new brand, has come out with a Color Blur Glow Balm. This looks like a cream blush, and trust me, you know, a month ago, even like a couple of weeks ago, had I seen this, I would have picked it up. I would have scooped it up immediately. But what I will say is that this screams like it is a very there but not there cream blush or cream product, that's not something that I really need to bring into my collection. When it comes to blushes, regardless of the amount of coverage that I have on my base, I want a lot of blush to be very apparent on my skin. So this is something that I'm gonna pass, but it does honestly remind me very similarly to the khaki collaboration that she did with, what is the brand? I can't think of the brand right now. I did order that. I'm still waiting for the products to be shipped. Hopefully they get shipped soon because I'm very excited, and they're already going to be doing a second launch, and I would have loved to have already had the previous formula to see if I'm even interested in now this upcoming release with them as well. Bobbi Brown has also showcased a new palette for the holidays, and this looks divine. So this is a cheek and highlighter palette. They're coming out with 2 different colorways, one for lighter complexions, one for darker complexions. I have studied the swatches on this, and the trio for the darker complexions genuinely looks like it's going to work. I'm not going to even lie, I just feel like I've been catfished one too many times already with these like more high-end luxury cheek palettes this year. Not only did I pick up the Chanel blush, which was honestly, it was a train wreck and a half, I also picked up the Hourglass face palette, and if you haven't seen that video, I more or less, I wasn't too thrilled to really have picked that up. And so I really, I don't know if I want to do it. It's $62, which is not a cheap or affordable really price. I will say at one point this was on sale. I want to say on Macy's, because Macy's was doing like a 15% off on beauty products, and you know, I had a huge cart that I wanted to get, and I was going back and forth, and honestly life just got too busy and I completely forgot. So I don't know. Would you be interested in seeing this on my skin tone? I believe these are some more baked gelée formulations. I've heard great things from the brand, specifically their holiday releases. They also have some like eye duos that I saw on the website as well, and I was low-key interested in those as well. Let me know. This is something that will be really up to you guys. I'm not going to hold you up. If I get enough people that are interested in this product, then I'll pick it up. Otherwise, I think I'm just going to let it go, because at the same time, like I said, I've already been disappointed with a couple of cheek products, and I think I'm going to like get back to home, get back to the products and the brands that I can truly trust and know will work for my skin tone. And then maybe in a little while, I'll venture out again. Something I had no problems picking up at all are these blushes and highlighters coming out from Shroud Cosmetics. So last week I told you guys that they were going to be doing a restock on the 2 Baddie Bean collaborations and the Peaches and Dreams palette. And along with that, they said they were going to do like a small miniature add-on or whatever. This is the add-on. So they came out with 3 glowy blushes and 2 different highlighters. So I picked up 3 of the glowy blushes, all 3 of them. I'm very excited. I saw the swatches. They all appear to work on somebody of my skin tone, so I will be the judge of that. And then I picked up the one highlighter that looked best based on the swatches. Like I said, I very much went went to the website, really looked at the swatches, and because I trust and I've tried Shroud Cosmetics even down to their pastel palette, and that has worked so well on my skin tone. I trust them so much more with these types of products. Even that like very kind of lighter orange, an orange that I typically would not buy from any other brand because I think that they wouldn't work. I'm going to trust Shroud in this because, like I said, if they show swatches of it actually showing up on somebody of my skin tone's complexion, I genuinely think it'll work. Plus, like I said, that pastel palette is life. It all shows up on my skin tone. So I just have so much faith in the brand, and I'm very, very excited to receive these. They are still available now. Definitely get an affiliated code. Get an affiliated code with all of these products. My recommendation. I don't really have affiliate codes, but if you're interested, and if I do, I will have it next to the link down below. Hermes has come out with some quads and mascaras, and I know a lot of people are like perturbed with the like square pans and the circle pans all being in the same packaging, which is of course then circular itself. And don't get me wrong, it definitely irritates my eyes to see it. But what I will say is some of these color schemes actually look really cute. I actually kind of like some of them. I'm probably not going to pull the trigger. Like I said, I feel like I've been burned a couple too many times in the last like 2 months, and that is a lot compared to how it has been. Honestly, this whole year I've been pretty good at really not buying things that I just don't like or that I don't think will work for me. So getting two products so quickly back to back, I'm kind of like telling myself to chill out and really evaluate my purchases first. So I don't think I'm going to be picking this up, but I'm sure, like, Michelle Wong is going to pick this up. And if I happen to have the time and see that she posts it, I definitely will go ahead and take a look. Patrick Ta has showcased his new holiday collection. He has two new things coming out this holiday season. So this is the Make It Major multi-dimensional glitter eye topper. Not for me personally. I don't really use a lot of glitters. I have a couple that I've picked up throughout my, journey in the makeup industry or whatever, but I don't pick any more up. So that's just not something personally that I am going to even consider bringing into my collection. And then he's also come out with this holiday palette where you have 4 blushes, 2 creams, 2 powders, and then 4 kind of glitter toppers as well. So yeah, I think that overall this is cute. Not something for me for either of these products. I just don't think they're for me. I am very happy with the cream blushes that I have from Patrick Ta. I feel like I have quite a few. I want to say I'm up to like 3 now. I'm perfectly content with those. And like I said, shimmers have always been something that I enjoy applying, but they've never been the full look for me. The full look for me is honestly the crease work, the crease action, the combinations, the undertones there. So I'm going to pass those 2 products. Something that I definitely want to pick up, I actually have the shade that I already have in my collection on my lips today, and this is the Fenty Velvet Liquid Lipstick formulation. She has extended the range, really adding more variety in her nudes, which I appreciate as I only really wear nudes on my lips now. There's like a mid-tone lighter brown that looks to have like a maybe a yellow undertone to it. That's gonna be mine. I'm pretty sure I've already liked it on my Sephora account, so it's just a matter of putting it in the cart. I don't know which exact shade it is. Let me see. It is probably Tooth Fairy or Truth Fairy. That's probably it, or Power Thirsty. Let's see. It's probably Power Thirsty. So yeah, I'm just very excited for that shade. That shade looks cute. And honestly, I wouldn't hate to have Truth Fairy either. Those are both browns. And like I said, I'm all about browns. This formulation is very, very comfortable. It really spreads and builds, so you don't have to put a lot on your lips. And if you want it very sheer, which I have tried before, just put a little bit in like the center of your lips and just, blot a little bit and just blot out, and it would do a beautiful kind of ombre lip. It's just a very nice formula to really manipulate and get different vibes and looks out of. So Fenty is actually coming to the Ulta at Target, which a lot of people are very excited about. I personally don't do a lot of shopping at the Ultas at Target, even though I have one literally down the street from my house. It's just not something that I personally like to do. I don't know. I just like to go to Ulta if I want things at Ulta. And likewise with Sephora. Don't get me wrong, I will buy stuff, but I don't particularly like say, oh, I'm going to go to the Ulta at Target. I just happen to be at Target and need something that's in the beauty realm that happens to be at the Ulta section, now that they've kind of put a lot of the beauty stuff in the Ulta section. So, I'm excited, but like at the same time, it is what it is. Something that I actually believe is currently available, yeah, it's available now because I saw it on the Sephora website, is the Melt Cosmetics Nightmare Before Christmas collection. And I saw this collection, and once again, I had a whole like, it's mine moment. I was very, very enthralled with this collection. And then once again, like I said, I'm really trying to take step backs. So let's get into it. So there is an eyeshadow palette. This is a Halloween eyeshadow palette, and there are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. It looks about 10 shadows for $60. That's typically about Melt formula, and that's typically about the ratio between eyeshadows to price of the actual palette. I actually like some of Melt's palettes, and that's been the issue for me personally. Lately, their palette formulation has just been really topsy-turvy. I think it was 2 years ago now when they did a Muerte palette, not the Muerte, they did a huge palette that was completely out of the norm for them. The packaging was completely off. It was made in Italy. That was the best formula that I have ever personally tried from Melt. I was so sad that like literally it looked like nobody wanted to pick that palette up. They kept sending out like 30% off coupons, and I think they still did not particularly sell out of that palette quickly. So I don't know. I don't know if I want to take the plunge and potentially be disappointed. The highlighter looks beautiful. Not only just the embossing, but the actual color. It looks like a goldy pink duochrome. Absolutely phenomenal packaging there. The bossing, the actual pack, everything about that highlighter looks beautiful. They have the 2 cream eyeliners. Honestly, I could care very little about those. I don't get a lot of use out of this type of product, just not something that I typically reach for. Then we get the lip products. There is like a burnt orange shade. Phenomenal shade. I definitely would love to get my grubby hands on that shade. And that's pretty much the collection, outside of course the accessories where you get that mirror and the makeup bag. There's certain parts of this collection that I would love to pick up. I would love to pick up the mirror. I have one mirror that I'm pretty dedicated to. I love the mirror, but I wouldn't hate to have another. And the makeup bag is just because I like Nightmare Before Christmas. I love Halloween and I love Christmas. These last 3 months, if you know me, are my months to shine. So I'm so excited for those. And like I said, I would love that burnt orange lip product, the highlighter, and the palette. So pretty much everything in this collection except for the eyeliners. I'm gonna sit though. I want to see some reviews. I know there are certain people that I follow that are going to be picking this up. I would love to see the reviews from them. And I also am interested to see if they're going to drop a 30% off coupon, because they did, like I said, about 2 years ago. And I made the plunge and I loved the palette, not only just because I got it on sale, but also I genuinely enjoyed the formulation. So I'm gonna wait, but if you're interested, the full collection you can get for $175. And of course I will have it linked down below, and I'll try my best to link not only to Sephora but also to the Melt website, because you can't get all of the products at Sephora. Something that I already have decided I'm going to be picking up 2 of the palettes in this collection is from Game Beauty. They came out with their own version of monochromatic palettes, and there's just something about these palettes that I'm just so intrigued. So there are 2 that I'm going to be picking up. I really want to pick up the Geo palette, which is of course kind of the basic Betty neutral palette but with a twist. And then also I'm really interested in the Dendro palette, which is the more green tone palette. Both of those are $25. They do range in this collection from $20 to $28, just depending on the formulations that are available in the actual packaging. This will be the first time that I try the brand, and I'm just very excited. I already told myself that I wanted to try their highlighters. I just didn't want to make an order literally just for highlighters. So I'm thinking I'm going to throw the highlighter that I was interested in, which I believe was the yellow one, into my cart. So I'll be picking all 3 of those products up very soon, probably when I make my links for this video. And yeah, I can't wait to try the brand out. It will, like I said, be the first time that I tried the brand out. I talked about this previously, but now we have a better look at the actual products. And this is the Profusion and Casper collection. And we have an eyeshadow palette, a brush set, a mirror, a lip topper, a makeup bag, a primer and setting spray, a highlighter, lash set, sponge set, balm set, and duo eyeliners. Profusion tends to do a lot of products in every collection. It doesn't matter, you know, whether good or bad. The highlighter, what is that? That looks, maybe that's the lip product. Oh, it's the lip and cheek set. So that's what that is. Okay. I like everything, but I also don't like anything fully enough. I love the mirror. I will say that the mirror is really cool. I like that they literally have the outline of like the glass outside of Casper's face. I believe this is only available. Oh, it says it's available online, or you can pick it up at your local Walmart. Like I've said 10,000 times, I don't really go to Walmart. Last time I went, it was like a mess, so I probably will never go again. But I would be interested in getting the mirror, but I'm not gonna just buy a mirror, so that's probably gonna be a pass for me. This is something that I've talked about before, but this part of the collection is now available, and this is a part of the Dior kind of holiday launches that they've showcased. This is the Blooming Boudoir. This is the Blooming Boudoir collection. It has this like flowery packaging. You have an eyeshadow palette, a lip case, a highlighter, and then you got some new colors coming out. This is not the packaging that I want. There's another packaging that I am waiting on pins and needles to pick up. I think a lot of people are excited for that packaging, so I'm concerned that it is going to sell out. And so hopefully I can pick it up. I think this is cute and everything, but just not the packaging for me. And I will say that I have tried quite a bit of Dior, just like randomly throughout the years of me buying makeup, and I truly have not been disappointed with pretty much anything that I have picked up. So I will leave it there. ColourPop is done in collaboration with Sailor Moon again. This time they're bringing in some more cooler aspects of, I guess, the brand and the IP and the aesthetic. I never watched Sailor Moon, and when I was working at a library, I was trying to kind of potentially read the manga, but all of the manga, I could never start from volume 1. I am one of those people, I read from volume 1 to volume 10. You know, I read in order. I can't stand jumping around, and I never could find a copy of volume 1 that was not damaged. So long rant aside, this is not an IP that I'm really interested in, and I was able to skip on collection 1, so I'm going to skip on collection 2. This is something that I talked about in my most recent Fragrance Friday video, and this is Billie Eilish's Fragrance Volume 3. It is going to be available on November 3rd, and this, I've seen sneak peeks of including a cherry note. I'm truly excited. So the first Billie Eilish scent that came out, I thought was nice. Nothing really to write home about in my opinion, so I didn't pick it up. The second one, honestly, I was just too lazy to go in store, so I picked up an order. I think I had it just in like a ship to house order. And I believe they were really advertising it to be like a very dark, sultry, smoky scent. It truly is. I think I've sprayed that puppy once. I also think I got it really late, so it was just outside of like the season that I would wear a scent like that. So they really leaned, I think, towards the scents, and honestly with the packaging is representing. So with this red, I'm hoping to get a lot of like cherry, maybe even some juicy berries in there. So super excited to get my nose on this. My local Ulta does actually carry Billie Eilish's scents in store, so I'm gonna be very excited to see if I can smell this in store. If not, I'll probably just pick up the travel size like I did with the second one and just try it that way. Alar is doing a collaboration with Cheetos where they have an eyeshadow quad, lip brush. What? A lip brush. That seems like a typo. They have a plumping lip product, a plumping lip liner, a cheek stick, and a liquid eyeliner. I think, you know, everything in here looks cute. I have tried Alar. I have 2 cheek trios from them. I want to say I picked them up when they were either in Ulta or Sephora, and I truly enjoy the formulas. They're beautifully soft but pigmented formulas, blendable, all of that. So I haven't tried their eyeshadow though. I've heard great things. At the time, they were very hyped here on the indie community on YouTube. So I was hearing a lot of good things about their formula. I just never got around to trying it. And I think unfortunately, I'm gonna have to say a pass to this collection as well. Something that I will never pass is another Glaminatrix collection, specifically eyeshadow palette. I will just mention, because I don't think I said, I am actually wearing their You Beauty palette today. Just getting some more use out of this palette because I did pick it up when they had like a limited restock because they found some palettes in the back. But they're coming out with a new palette, and this is their Rich Romantic palette. This is going to be available on October 8th. I almost had a heart attack. I thought I almost missed it. Which is this coming Sunday at 8 a.m. EST. Or wait, what? Oh, no. So it's Saturday 7th, our time, 6 p.m. EST. It's A for, I think, Australian Eastern Standard Time is the 8 a.m. Okay. There are 4 multi-chromes, 1 duochrome, 1 sparkly shimmer, 1 metallic, and 8 buttery mattes. I'm sure this palette's going to be somewhere in like the 50s for USD, although in like Australian currency, I want to say it's somewhere around 60 to 80. There's quite a difference between the two currencies. Either way, I truly enjoy Glaminatrix's formula. I have a ridiculous quantity of their palettes, and I will continue to support the brand because I genuinely enjoy their products, and I will of course buy the products that I'm interested in. I didn't buy their palette, the last palette, but this is definitely one that I'm going to be picking up. I think it is beautiful, up my alley. I think I will get quite a bit of use out of it. So another collaboration between Revolution and the chocolate, and Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. And of course, once again, there is another advent calendar, and that is not even including all of the products. There is also products outside of the advent calendar. Makeup Revolution. I don't even think I've ever watched the movie fully through. I just didn't, the movie just didn't sit well with me. I was kind of creeped out, but also just truly bored, if we're being honest. So once again, another IP that's really not pulling my heartstrings, and nothing in this collection is really calling to me. I'm sure because quite literally, like I said, I'm not interested in the IP. So I'm going to pass because as you can see, there are some high ticket items that I really want to get. Marilyn Monroe is doing a collaboration with Wet n Wild, where there's a variety of products. These are available in store right now, but you could also get it online soon. So yeah, I like that what I can see is maybe 3 different shades of like peachy blushes for 3 different general categories of skin tones. I appreciate that. I don't know who owns the Marilyn Monroe, licensing or her name, but I like that they kind of probably asked Wet n Wild to do that. I truly do appreciate it. We'll see what happens. I don't buy a lot of Wet n Wild, just not a brand that I pick up a lot, and I don't really go into drugstores looking for makeup. If I see it and I happen to get it, cool, but otherwise it's not something that I'm actively running out to pick up. KVD has also showcased their holiday collection, and I must say, from their previous 2 or 3 collections after the previous owner has left, this just seems weird. So we have a 6 metallic eyeshadow palette. We have a liquid lipstick and lip liner duo. We have a set of liquid lipsticks. Let's see, a liquid lipstick in a particular color and an eyeliner set. It just I don't know, I just don't like anything in this holiday set at all. So easy pass for me, which is good, saving my money, but it just seems weird, right? It just seems weird. Danessa Myrix is showcasing that she is coming out with her 4th version of the Lightwork palette. I think this is great for people who really just want a palette from a mainstream brand that gives you quite a bit of variety when it comes to multi-chromes and duochromes and stuff. I think it's cool. Not something that I've ever picked up, mainly because, I don't know, it just never clicked with me. There's some things from the Danessa Myrix brand that I run for and I just can't wait to pick up, and then some things that just don't click. She is such a unique and inspiring artist, and the thing that I love about her the most is that she showcases using products in a variety of different ways. And so, sometimes some of the ways and some of the products I just don't think I get benefit from in being in my collection. I also have a stupid amount of singles that are a variety of multi-chromes and duochromes. So take that into consideration when it comes specifically to this collection or this palette. Something that I did pick up. Like I said, it is currently waiting for me to physically get my hands on it, but it has been reserved for me. And this is the Makeup by Mario Holiday Palette. Is back from last year. Could I have waited until the VIB sale or the Sephora sale to pick this up? Probably. But did I want to? No. No. So I didn't. I picked it up full price. Like I said, I'm so excited to get my grubby hands on it. I'm excited. So, you know, do what I say, not what I do. I would advise you to wait for the sale. Juvias Place is coming out with a new collection. They've sneak peeked it and released it in the same second. And this is their Afro Galactic palette. And there also are some liquid liners in there as well. I actually like this palette. I like certain parts of it, but when I take it in as a whole, for some reason, it's just not doing it. I like I said, I like certain aspects. The whole kit and caboodle isn't working for me, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass. I am slowly bringing Juvia's Place back into my rotation. Certain things I am trying and testing out, and I'm genuinely enjoying all of the formulas that I'm bringing in. I don't know, this palette just doesn't scream to me, and I really need to reevaluate, honestly, my Juvia's Place collection in general, along with my whole eyeshadow palette collection. I can't wait to see what happens during Swagmas this year, because I have a feeling there are going to be quite a few things in my palette collection that are just going to be decluttered even as late as last year or in beyond, you know? So very excited to see what happens there. Refi is coming out with a red collection. In this collection, they have a lip sculpt, a lip gloss, a cream blush, and a compact mirror. I think that this is really cute for somebody who is a, you know, avid lover and fan of the Refi brand, especially if you like all of these formulas and you really like a red lip. I think this is perfect. Cute little gift. I'm sure it can't be too expensive. I'm sure it's available at Sephora, so I will have it linked down below. Some more collaborations afoot. I told you guys, holidays are the time for the collaborations with these IPs that we know and love. Spectrum Collection is collaborating with Beauty and the Beast, and Spectrum Collection, I feel like out of all of the brands that does these collaborations, specifically brush brands, they really nail it. They typically really do. So they have the brush kit. They have it all in this like storage that is available for sale. That is a very, very nice product. I think that that is great that they have that available. So they have the brush set, the storage thing, the kabuki brush, and then a Mrs. Potts bag, Cogsworth hand mirror, and a sponge. Okay, so you get the storage. That's, I assume, the kabuki brush. That's the bag. No, that's the kabuki brush. That's the bag. Okay. So everything looks cute. If I were to like pick something, I would pick out the sponge and then I would pick up that storage. I think that storage is really, really smart. Even if you're not like a super avid Beauty and the Beast fan, that's something easy that you can put on your desk. If you have like a makeup desk or it's just an area that you put your makeup on, dust is bound to get around your stuff. And so having a storage like that protects your clean brushes is genius. I absolutely love that. I think it would be even smarter if they kind of did that, but in a bigger component, a bigger aspect. I think that would sell even more, because that is something that I like low-key detest, is that my brushes are out in the open, and so even after I wash them, there's probably dust all up in the bristles, and you have to kind of like wipe off the bristles before you really use them. So I think that's a really smart collection. I would love to see if somebody picks it up, if they enjoy the actual products. Glamlight is already showcasing their next Halloween launch, which I think it's very interesting that they're doing so many back-to-back. This one is Friday the 13th, and I feel like I've said it before. I am not a I am a Halloween person. Let me back up. I am not a horror movie watcher. As much as I love Halloween, spooky season, fall, all of that, I'm just not a scary movie person. But I will say, unfortunately or fortunately, however you look at it, I had an ex that low-key forced me to watch Friday the 13th a lot, and so I have become very immune to that particular movie, so I can stand to watch it. Do I enjoy it? No, but now I am able to watch it. I haven't watched it in over 10 plus years at this point, so who knows if I can still stand it. But at the point of me being in that relationship, I was able to stand it. Okay, let's get off that horse. So that is the new IP that they're doing a collaboration with, and it is launching literally on Friday the 13th, which I have no idea when that is. When is Friday the 13th? Is that in October? So that's October 13th. So that's interesting that they're launching it so late in the month. I understand the date and why they're launching that. Makes complete sense. I will say they'll probably be showcasing the actual collection very, very soon. But once again, that's getting really close to when people can use the product. And I know a lot of YouTubers really talk about that when they're doing these new makeup releases, because that's the issue with Halloween releases, right? You can't most people don't want to see Halloween releases too early, like actually in the summer, whereas people are okay with seeing holiday or Christmas releases now. And so it's really that in between where you need enough time to showcase the product, be close enough to the holiday, but also try to get that product to the person before the holiday. Because in my opinion, I would want to be using my Friday the 13th products on Friday the 13th. I wouldn't want it launching on Friday the 13th. So it's interesting that they chose to do this collection second instead of doing whatever their other collection was that I've already forgotten because I don't really do scary movies. The Scream, Ghostface, whatever his name is. So I feel like they could have done that collection second, because that needs to just get to the people before Halloween, whereas Friday the 13th should be to the person on Friday the 13th. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but that's just my opinion, my 2 cents. I'm probably not going to pick anything up from it. I do vaguely remember hearing people say that there are going to be some reds in this one. So if you are interested in getting a, potentially dark, smoky palette, but with some reds from Glamlight, and you did not pick up the Chucky palette, or maybe you want something slightly different, hopefully this is going to give it to you. But yeah, that's not going to be something that I pick up most likely. Beauty Bay is showcasing that they have their holiday collection, and this is showcasing a metamorphic eyeshadow palette. So this looks to be almost all duochromes, shimmers, something like that, with a splash of some mattes throughout there. There's also a liner and then some liquid eyeshadows. This is, I feel like, a real fall from grace for this brand. I feel like every holiday for 2 or 3 years now, people have been running, grappling, really elbowing to get their eyeshadow palettes, and then you see this. And I personally don't see who this is really going to attract. Or let me back up. This is not going to attract as much attention as their previous palettes, in my opinion. Cool tones just historically don't get as much love from the beauty community. So it'll be very interesting to see how this is received overall. Not for me. Easy as that. I'm gonna keep going. Something that actually had me do a double take, and I'm quite honestly very intrigued, is this Floris's palette. So I've never seen this brand showcased on a darker skin complexion. Even in their promos, quite literally never seen somebody darker than tan, like a Karen Harris, ever showcase this. They don't even swatch it on somebody who's of a darker skin tone. So that's interesting, but I am just very curious with this one palette that has the green, the red, the yellow in it. That one, it just looks really cute. I love the color combination that the one model is showcasing, and I don't know, I'm intrigued. It's $59. It's limited edition. Would you love to see me do a review? Am I going to be buying more than one palette this month? Probably. So the Sephora sale has now been showcased. The dates are already available. They got them out and about and proud. So it is going to be starting on October 27th and going until November 6th for for Rouge. For VIB, it starts the 31st and it's going until the 6th. And then for Insider, it starts the 31st and it's going until the 6th. You would use the code time to save. I will probably be doing another video where I showcase products that I would recommend to you guys, which is another reason why I'm really trying to get through my backlog of just random products that I need to just get my opinions on. I'm trying. But I will be doing a video not only doing a roundup on those products, but also a full face so that you guys can see the products that I would recommend. I always have a playlist available as well, so do not worry. This is not going to be the only time you hear about that sale from me. Black Moon Cosmetics, which I haven't heard from this brand in quite some time, is releasing some duos. In each duo you have a highlighter and a gloss, and I think this is cute. I think this really is a nice curated collection for this indie brand. They had a lot of popularity at one point and it just kind of went away because I feel like their formulations really weren't moving forward and they were just very stagnant, as I feel unfortunately some other indie brands have been, which it happens, it is what it is. But I think this is cute. Am I going to pick any of these up? I doubt it, but I think they're really cute. Dolce & Gabbana has showcased that they have a new fragrance coming out, and this is the Devotion perfume, and there are quite a few different sizes that you can get, going from 3.4 ounce all the way to a travel size, which is under a fluid ounce, for only $34 for that travel size, $148 for that 3.4 ounce. The notes here are candied lemons, orange blossom, and alluring vanilla. Can I smell this in Sephora or do I have to buy the travel? Please somebody let me know. I'll let myself know, honestly, because I'll be searching for this when I do my links down below. But I'm definitely intrigued. 110%. And honestly, I'm still thinking about that highlighter that I talked about like a month ago. So bad decisions may be had. I think this might be the last thing that I talk about, and then we're finally done. I know this has been a very long new makeup releases, and this is another collaboration from Kitsch, and they're doing another collaboration with Disney, and this is for their princess collection. So they don't really highlight one specific princess, it's just a princess in general, where you have a pillowcase that has crowns, a pillowcase that has a princess party theme, scrunchies with the desert crown theme, flexi rods with the princess party theme, heatless curling set with the princess party theme, and then a satin eye mask for the princess party theme. All of this is quite affordable, going from $22, $26 is the highest to $16 is the cheapest. That's quite affordable. I think this is a nice collection for anybody, whether you are an avid, princess fan, whether you just need the products and your daughter is or something. I think this could be a cute little stocking stuffer or just present in general, depending on, how things are working. That could be a present, real talk. But yeah, I think this is cute. Is this something I need? No. Like I said, I have my pillowcase from the brand. I really enjoy it. I just don't need anything else. Okay, so I feel like there's been so much that I talked about today, and there are quite a few things that I'm interested in. I feel like my interest in eyeshadow palettes is really picking up, but it's really just because it's fall time. That's what happens with me. I really love the fall murky color schemes. I'm eyeing my Natasha Denona Yucca palette. It's going to be top shelf, really waiting for me to get it, and that would be something really nice to have a 4-pan of my perfect fall colors to go in my shop. Is that available? Do you know of one? Let me know. Link it down below. I'll buy it immediately. I just thought about that. Anyways, let me get off this tangent and let y'all go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will of course have everything listed and linked down below as well. I am uploading this Tuesday night. Wednesday's video is probably going to be late again, but I will be here to bring you guys another video. Don't you worry. I have some thoughts on how that's going to go, and yeah, I'll film it as soon as I can. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.